Hey YouTube, what's up? My name is Matt, and I'm going to be trying something I haven't done before. I'm going to be reviewing the Basement Collection by Edmund McMillen and his associates. It's a pretty cool collection, I must say. We've got all sorts of games. We've got the classic Meat Boy, Coil, Triachnid, Aether, Timefuck, Spewer, Gray Matter, and abusive video game manipulation. Over here I've got The Lonely Hermit, and there's a couple of locked things, and the soundtrack, which I very much enjoy. It's got every song that's on this game. Now, after you beat the game, the star becomes fully outlined. As you can see, this one's dotted, but this one's full because I have beat this game. And then if you beat the game, like, completely, 100%, you get the black star. And, yeah, so that's pretty cool. And after you beat games, you unlock other things like this, and advanced video game manipulation are the two things I got from beating these games. I haven't beat the other ones, but when I do, I unlock, those. So, let's start by playing Gray Matter. It's the first game Ed McMillen ever made. I'm fairly certain. It's a pretty simple game. You use the arrow keys to move, space to boost, and you just avoid touching those flashing dots. And you touch enemies to kill them. And if you kill 3 of the same enemies in a row, it makes a triangle, and then you that triangle dies. And as you progress, there's different enemies, which is pretty neat. Yeah, and then it just gets progressively more and more difficult. Like these things, you can't touch their tails because they're flashing. More times than less, these are what kills them. Now, yep. And when you die, you just go to the next level. Which is not good because things get progressively more difficult and then you don't get the points. When you get the score in the top left, you use that to buy these things. These upgrades. Like I usually get shield and I'm gonna get the max. And then boost option or 1-up. And then you can continue, go to the next level, things get more difficult, and that's that game. It's really fun, I enjoy it. It's a really fast-paced, quick game to play. Then there's Gray Matter. No, that's Gray Matter. There's Spewer, which a lot of you might have played on Congregate or something of the sort. This is a Flash game that's been slightly upgraded, and you play as this little guy. It's a puzzle game, puzzle platformer, and you're not supposed to touch that because it's acid, but you're a little guy that pukes all over, and it's pretty cool. Let's see if I can beat one level for you guys, and then we'll move on to the next game in the Basement Collection. You have to press these buttons to unlock these things up here, while avoiding the acid. The cool thing about this game is it teaches you how to play as you play it, like, just implement the acid mechanic. That's really neat. There's a lot of levels, there's bonus levels, there's multiple different kinds of puke. I'll try the next level. See over here, I have green puke, which I can just shoot out, and I can swim in this, which is convenient for getting over spikes and such. So I'm going to spray some in here, so the spikes don't kill me. Actually, that's not what you're supposed to do. See, I just learned that. Good job. But I'm going to spray this in here, get the pill up there, and then I'm going to use the puke to shoot myself up here. Fail horribly. Eat my puke by holding space. And, yeah. Try my best to fly up there. What's going on here? Why do I do so bad? I've never been really good at this game. Sam beat it 100%, but I've never been able to. Nope. Do that. I don't even think that's possible. Yeah, that's Spewer. It's also got bonus features down here, like concept art, character sketches, all sorts of cool stuff. It's really neat. And then there's the prototypes of the games, how the mechanics work, stuff like that. I have the same thing for the other games too, like the development sketches and such. Alright, let's play Time Cook. That's how it's spelled. F-K-U-K. F-C-U-K. Something like that. This is probably my favorite game on the Basement Collection. It's a very interesting game. I love the soundtrack. This is also a flash game if you want to play this without buying anything. I forgot how you play it. There we go. Anyway, you can play this on Hungry. It's got a lot of mechanics. The main thing in this game is the warp mechanic, where you can switch worlds. It's really neat. Yeah. So that's that. After you go to the exit screen of each game, it's got fun facts. You can also mute it, credits, windowed version, and then it's got the people that developed it in the bottom left, how long it took to develop it, its release date, those who helped on it, all that jazz. This is Aether. This one is based on Edmund's childhood drawings. He talked about this in the movie Indie Game. So you find this monster, Delio, and you use it to fly through space and try to make everybody else's lives better. It's pretty neat. You can hook onto clouds. Hooking onto clouds is how you get into space. I was never too good at this game, which you can probably see. But yeah, you have to escape the orbit and then move on to the next planet. Oh, this must be Earth's moon. I'm gonna see what I can do about that moon right here. I just love the soundtrack on these games too. They're beautiful. Shoot. I don't like the swing mechanic too much, but whatever. The main reason I don't like it is because I'm bad at it. But yeah, you can find moons and stuff, and you know, do work. It's a puzzle game, adventure type. Really interesting. I enjoy it. Fun fact: Aether's development code name was COG. It stood for Cognitive Overflow Galaxy. It was a horrible code name. Next we've got Triachnid. It's a really old game. You can also play this one on Congregate, I believe. But all the games that you can play for free have better versions, or are better on this pack, because everything's buffed up a bit. This is an interesting game that involves playing as this three-legged spider deal. And the moving mechanic's pretty interesting. This is an adventure puzzle game. Or something of that sort. Well, that's not good. That scared the piss out of me. Something's stomping around. I wonder what it is. But yeah, this is an adventure puzzle game that Sam's much better than me at. So there's that. Pretty good game. Triachnid was nominated for an IGF award for the best web game in 2008. And we've got Coil, which is about... well, yeah. Neato. I beat this one, it's really easy. It's just a bunch of different puzzle games and a little bit of an odd storyline. Yeah. This is Coil. This is the first puzzle. It's really easy, actually. The moving mechanic is just wiggling back and forth. The next puzzle is really difficult. You have to separate the three different colors, like so. It's I've pretty much gotten this puzzle down because I've done it several times, but The first time I did this, I was so confused on what I was supposed to do. I had no idea. It's not really direct what you're supposed to do, but first thing you do is you get all the coils, not all the coils, all the colors separated, and then you push them apart. So yeah, that's that. This is coil. And then last but not least is Meat Boy, the original Flash prototype. You play this on Newgrounds. I've pretty much beaten this one, except for the last 2 chapters. Yeah, this is just you play basically Super Meat Boy, except it's an older version of the game. Still just as frustrating. I honestly think this one's a little harder. So moving on. So then there's the soundtrack. There's also bonus content for these things. You unlock this one if you beat it, I guess. And then this is a comic, which you guys can read. It's pretty neat. And then advanced video game manipulation is a game. It was a test actually to prove like games where your main influence is to level up by doing pointless tasks. You just put this thing over here and you can organize these however you want. There's really no point in doing it. Just click this and it takes like 10,000 times to do it. Like down at the bottom, this is how many you have left. And then it starts filling it after you click it enough times. And yeah, the colors sound great. They did a little bit of a snooper test to see how many people actually took the time to beat it, and they thought it was hilarious how many people were willing to just play this game just to see what happens when you win and they waste that much time of their lives, and here I am wasting time playing it. But the reason I beat it 100% is because I got an auto clicker, and they said if people did that they were smarter, but they're still dumb because they wasted their time installing an auto clicker to do such a pointless thing with no initial goal in the end. Like, there's nothing to do. So you click this like 10,000 times. And yeah, that's the whole game. These 3 I have not unlocked yet, and if you guys want to buy this game, it's on Steam. Beat these 3 to see what those are. They're a mystery. Pretty neat, pretty neat. I give the Basement Collection a 9.5 out of 10. It's got a bunch of great games, a lot of fun concept art. If you're anybody who's been a huge fan of anything Edmund McMillen does, such as, Super Meat Boy and The Binding of Isaac, he made those games. But if you're a fan of anything he does, you'll enjoy this greatly. You'll get to learn more about the games, how they were made, and what they were like when they were in development, and it's pretty freaking cool. So go ahead and buy this on Steam if you want. It's $15, I believe, which is a good deal. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a phenomenal day.